and to use for each incident of substantiated customer complaints, use the progressive disciplinary system that we have to advance the employees along that route. Another thing that the committee suggested that in part operations managers need to be hired, evaluated, and promoted based on their ability to work within the progressive disciplinary framework and the just cause standards and utilize that system effectively. We suggested that the SIP complaints be organized into 5 broad categories that are work rules, job duties, public relations, meaning customer service, and in the rare case of situations that call for immediate termination. Those 5 broad categories should be used to assess and create the patterns of behavior. But within those 5, when coaching and counseling operators, they need very specific feedback. So within those 5 broad categories, identify subcategories like aggressive driving that might violate a work rule, but in terms of giving feedback, you need to give feedback very specifically to the operators about what expectations are. To continue using the progressive disciplinary system that we have in place and has been in place, which includes a written warning, a written reprimand, which may, for serious safety or willful violations, result in suspension, a third step called conditions for continued employment, which is essentially a last chance agreement where suspension is mandatory and gives clearly the operator a last chance to change their behavior, and in egregious cases to continue skipping steps in an appropriate circumstance where the nature of the incident, once substantiated, warrants further progress in the disciplinary or the end game in the progressive disciplinary system, which is termination. Now, all of these steps, the desired outcome is to change behavior and get operators on the right step. The end game is not termination. So we start with that letter of expectation. It's non-disciplinary in nature, progress only when it is necessary, and continue the coaching and counseling throughout the process to get people steered in the right direction. And in limited cases, very limited cases, the committee recommended that where the situation suggests that the employment relationship should end, but termination is not warranted, to consider, again, in limited situation, in exchange for paid administrative leave, a signed letter of resignation from the operator at a date certain, and a waiver of claims as a way to mutually end the situation on an amicable basis. Again, these are situations where it's rare. It would be where the current behavior doesn't warrant termination, but both parties agree that ending the employment relationship would be the right thing to do. We identified a number of things for operations to continue to look at going forward, but that the committee didn't have time to reach resolution on or recommendation on, so we also provided those areas of continued study to operations for their consideration. And that's what our committee came up with.